Welcome back. WeArEuS and this. Well, you know how when you're dialing a friend's number and you know that number by heart. You've dialed this number hundreds of times before. You could do it blindfolded, deafened and dumbed, and get it right every single time. So long as you know where the numbers are on the keypad, right? But there's that uh, there's that every once in a while where you somehow get the number wrong and you answer the phone, you greet the person you expect to be your friend, and it turns out you dialed the wrong number. Well, that is this Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Now, as promised, I've taken care of everything I can think to take care of, or did before I saved and left the game here. Anyway, we are now going to go and, well, deal with the dragon once and for all. Naturally, that means I'll have to be buffed out the wazoo, but that is an acceptable trade-off to having to do it in battle. So, without further ado, dark splotches of dried blood are visible on the ground. Its foul, pungent scent awakens the predatory instinct of the hunt. Everything nearby is spattered in blood, as if a battle took place here or someone slaughtered a herd of goats. Yet this blood belongs to neither human nor goat. Its sulphurous odor indicates that this is the blood of a rare, fire-breathing dragon. Injured and exhausted, the fleeing dragon stopped here to rest. The commander decides to personally examine the trail to impress the assassin, no less. Having succeeded at the perception check, he examined the blood, pointing confidently to the south. The dragon's lair is hidden somewhere among the mountain gorges. The dwarf, who was watching him, nods in approval. He seems impressed by the commander's tracking skills. Artisan's Tower has been revealed. South, so this way. Yeah. Someone's on the road. The commander and his followers are traversing the mountains, trying to track down the female woundworm. That would explain why it had no eyes. That has lately been wreaking havoc around Dresden. The dwarf leading the party approaches the edge of the cliff and points down to the ruins of a tower built upon the rock 300 feet below. Its very existence raises a number of questions. Who would dare to build a tower here, so close to the demons? Why would they erect it here at the bottom of a canyon? An expert analysis of the tower structure provides the answers. Numerous features in the design indicate that the building dates back to the golden age of the Aslanti Empire. It is several times older than the world wound and was originally constructed on top of a mountain before the cataclysm changed everything. The tectonic plates shifted, causing the tower to sink to the bottom of a newly formed canyon, and the mountains rose up around it like the jaws of a predator, ready to snap shut and bury it beneath the rock forever. The ancient ruins have been abandoned for ages, barely visible amidst the steep cliffs. The tower would have remained hidden had the commander's party not discovered it by following the trail of blood. The dwarf signals that it is time to descend. The alpine path leading to the tower soon splits into two directions. On the left is a rocky ledge, dangerously narrow and visibly unstable. On the right is a broad path covered in overgrown brambles and thickets. There are many poisonous plants in these mountains, some of which are so dangerous that merely touching them can lead to numerous adverse reactions, including, but not limited to, migraines, disorientation, vomiting, hearing and vision loss, paralysis, and even death. Consult your doctor before attempting the broad path. The commander assesses the risks and chooses the steep and dangerous path to the left. The commander decides to take the path to the left, which descends steeply at a dangerous angle. The loose stones along the ledge are treacherous and unstable, and one wrong step could cause a rock slide. This is a task for either a person of outstanding acrobatic talent or someone attentive and cautious. Whoever leads the way will take on the greatest risk. Lan isn't even the character with the highest mobility. That honor goes to Mr. Ed. I don't know why it took so long to remember his name. Anyway, the commander sends his most agile companion to lead the way. Can we get... Nope, we can't even select Mr. Ed. That's fair. You know, Lan's got all of this stuff that helps boost his mobility. At least the stat itself. He should be at or over the check difficulty, but we failed the check. Underestimating risk is a common mistake made by inexperienced travelers who are not familiar with the mountains. This is precisely what happens to Lan. One careless step and the rock beneath his feet gives way. Fortunately, his fall is arrested by a rocky ledge a dozen feet below, and he lands hard, hitting the stone with a painful thud. Alarmed, his companions rush to provide assistance, carefully bypassing the dangerous place where the accident occurred. The path comes to an abrupt end. A recent rock slide has destroyed this section of the trail, leaving behind only a few footholds for those brave enough to attempt the crossing. The commander's allies hastily tie themselves together with a rope, hoping to prevent a fall if anyone loses their footing. The dwarf silently indicates his mountaineering equipment. If they choose to climb down the mountain cliff, they will be able to get back onto the path and avoid the dangers ahead. Okay, you know, he shouldn't be able to fail this, right? Unlike that one. Jeez. So, the commander orders the strongest of his companions to lead the party's descent down the sheer cliff, hoping Lan won't, for the second time, disappoint him. Assisted by their training and combat experience, the party climbs down slowly and steadily. Lan does not panic or make a single mistake as he skillfully leads his followers through the treacherous terrain. Eventually they reach a secure rock ledge. With a cry of warning, the dwarf points to the sky. Giant birds of prey circle ominously overhead. Their beak morphology indicates their carnivorous nature, and their large size suggests they consider the commander and his companions to be prospective prey. It is common for them to fling their quarry against the cliffs and then feed on the carcasses. With ear-piercing shrieks, they swoop into formation and dive down to attack. The commander gives the order to... not good. Deal with the leader of the flock at all costs. Suspended over the chasm, Lan meets the leader of the flock with a decisive blow. With screeching and splashing of blood, the leader plummets. The rest of the flock fly away in fear, not wanting to share his fate. The party overcomes every obstacle and finally descends to the ruined tower. The mountain has been conquered and no one has fallen victim to its treachery. Now, they secretly approach the unsuspecting dragons, stealthily making their way through the surrounding rocks. After leading them to the tower, the dwarf gives his newfound allies a nod of respect. It signals for caution. All of that because I couldn't select Mr. Ed. Tisk tisk.
Rely on me.
I welcome your company. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
He's also exhausted, which I can't solve with this. Oh, yes it does. Yay!
Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Okay, that'll be enough. Okay. So let's see what everyone needs. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get everyone buffed out while you guys get to skip ahead to when I'm finally done. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we've got everything taken care of. Let's get everyone selected and out of here. There was something I could have interacted with right there. What is going on here? Greybor whispers approvingly. That was not him whispering. We've crept up on the old toothy lizard without her noticing us. It's a pleasure to work with real professionals. Let's get a little closer so we can attack when she least expects it. The dragon looms over an old elf, her vicious teeth bared in an angry snarl. You recognize his face. He's called the Storyteller. I know you're in league with those little parasites who wounded me. They sent you to spy on me. They thought I wouldn't crave the crunch of your old bones. They were wrong. I've always had a special liking for the taste of elven flesh. But I do love to play with my food. What can you offer me in exchange for your pathetic life? Perhaps I won't kill you if you manage to impress me. The Storyteller is pale as a ghost, but he stands strong and doesn't lose his nerve, though his voice trembles slightly as he speaks. A story. Stories are all I have, but some of them are priceless, more valuable than any treasure. This I can offer you in payment. Why is his stealth so high? Well, I say high, but that's still pretty bad. Oh, I think I'm trying to get him the assassin class. He's the only one that actually has the alignment for it. So, we could roll this pretty easily. Or you could just magically low roll it for the 1 or 2 that would be needed to fail this. That's pretty unlikely, though. Unlikely, but not impossible. I have a peculiar item on me. Its previous owner was quite sinister, so I think you'll appreciate this story. The Storyteller produces a small bundle from his bag and opens it to reveal a golden signet ring. As he holds it up in his shaking hand, the old man's voice suddenly changes. His tone grows shrill and angry, taking on an exaggerated quality, as if doing a mocking imitation of someone else. Everything in this throne room is so cheap and vulgar. Jamandi Aldori knows nothing about luxury other another sorry provincial excuse for an aristocrat, and yet I must still bow my head and smile politely at these sword-wagging half-wits. These poor souls have never known anything more luxurious in their life than this rural parody of a palace. I must convince them that I am at their mercy. Soon they will all beg me for mercy, but I'll see that they're given none, or my name isn't Tartuccio. And look at Tartuccio was the guy from the previous Pathfinder game. Kings of something of Kings? Kingmaker, that's what it was. Hey, that's very nice. And I'm glad I was able to remember that. I still haven't finished that game, but it doesn't really matter here. And look at these foolish idiots who want to become a baron. What a parade of louts. A whining, bumbling bore, more beard than face, who drones on and on. An insolent, unwashed wench carrying around a dull gardening tool as her weapon of choice. An undead sadist carrying an endless amount of emotional baggage from her childhood. She's actually alright, to be fair. But as for the infuriating halfling who never shuts up, how long am I to take that little journal of hers? Oh, how I long to take that little journal of hers and shove it into her blabbering mouth so she'll choke on it and be quiet. A worthless creature who clings like a limpet to someone far more important. My greatest rival, a dark horse. Well, consider this entire performance dedicated to you. The old elf is out of breath and his diminished voice becomes harder to discern. Meanwhile, the stealth checks get harder. How does waiting for the right moment become harder? I don't know. But we will try, because 17 isn't that far. It's actually 8 points away. I'm assuming these stealth checks are for Greybor to join us by virtue of impressing him. But there's no way on earth we get this check. We just can't. It's way too high. And he doesn't have anything that boosts stealth. Because, well, why would he? I do have the animal companion. I think that would increase stealth, but it doesn't really matter. And I don't think it even applies to these checks, right? Which would be weird. If I go for the stealth check, it's not going to work. 8 points is way too high. And I prefer that the storyteller lives through this because I've got some items he might be able to revitalize. Some relics, I mean. But I need him alive for that, and I'm not entirely sure what to do to see that he does. Yeah, there's just no way we make it out of it. We make that stealth check. The dragon turns to you in astonishment. What? You again? You sent this miserable old daughter to distract me with his chatter while you sneak up on me.
Close ranks.
Close ranks. Actually, we can. I'm certainly glad I can summon over walls. Her armor class is 40, so hitting her is going to be a pain in the butt for a little while. She gave herself haste, huh? Oh, he can just snipe her from here, huh? Hold on. Guess we don't get to use that. If Lamb can just shoot her from here, which I'm just confounded by. If he can shoot her from here, well, he does need to move up a little, but aside from that,
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I need her. Well, these two actually. Right, I can also use what's its face. Mark of Justice, that's what it is. So now basically everyone in the party that hits it, that attacks her, gets to ignore some of her armor class. That's good all around. Can't use anything else. Dispel would be nice, actually. That is here. And I also gave Daran an item that is going to go on Amber as soon as she's back. That will allow him to guaranteedly succeed at Dispel 1 time per day. Question is, can we actually reach it? No, definitely can't. Wait, what is... Oh, that's loot. Oh, good. Great board. No, come on. That was a swift action. Why? I'm so sad. Actually, no, I'm going to wait to summon the what's its face. And I need to target with it, which is ridiculous. But it says it only affects enemies, right? Yeah. Well, that was a waste. And then that, oh, the spell resistance, that, yeah. So, as you see here, it dealt 6 holy damage. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, as you see here, it dealt 6 holy damage in addition to its normal slam attack. That is because I gave Morrow, well, bought him and then gave him a shirt that allows him to grant his summons additional holy damage on their attacks. That's just great. So now we need to get Regil in here. Pretty sure it's Regil. Let's spread them out so she can't attack everyone at once. Well, that certainly went away. Good God. What? What am I looking at here? Why are these two dead? I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. He dealt a sneak critical attack, dealing 117 damage to her. And then they were holding on thanks to his power. That's not acceptable.
Our time has come.
this is gonna hurt so good.
Simply business.
Okay, he missed most of the attacks I actually needed him to land. Still move here. Forgot the whole resist energy thing too while I was at it. Well, I didn't forget it. I just didn't want to do it first, and then I forgot. Come on. There we go. One more time. So basically, she had next to no health. She should have died right there, but here we are. She's facing a different direction this time. Wait. Always get the loot.
Godspeed.
Wait.
Together we stand.
Let's make sure everyone has the fire immunity or resistance.
I stand ready.
Where is it? Fire. Okay. Now that that's done, who do we give what is effectively going to just be straight up immunity to fire damage? Up to 120 points worth anyway. Probably the two people who would drop dead with that much damage. Now we go.
Let us press on. You won't survive me.
And she's out of there. Greyboar looks with satisfaction at the surrounding carnage. That's a job well done. You can use our head to decorate your tent. I'm going back to Dresden. It's been a pleasure working with you. What if we... Wait. Since he does have my items on him, I think we should continue working together.
I'm ready to offer you my services.
The dwarf nods
As you
politely.
can guess, a full contract will be more expensive than a one-time job. I think 12,500 gold would be a fair price.
Deal.
from now on to worry about someone making an attempt on your life. If it, I'll send them straight to their grave.
I like how he just said that casually. You know, aside from the entire being interrupted by the lag. Now I don't have to worry about the items I put on him.
A bright future awaits us.
Sela, if you would be so kind as to reclaim my trophy. Looks like half of the pair. And there's an Arcana check up here.
Call me again if you need to.
Though this magical trap is now old and dysfunctional after centuries of disuse, it would once have irreversibly blinded any thief who gazed upon it. Okay. Right, that loot is down there, apparently. Another Arcana check. And more loot.
We march ahead.
This inscription once contained a spell of warning. When an intruder appeared, it would let out a chilling howl to raise the alarm. Fortunately, the enchantment has worn off with the passage of time, so your ears have been spared. And then there was this box. Maybe there's one more? There we go. Ooh, really high difficulty check. This inscription is written in an archaic elven script. You recognize the words, "Stranger's home. I see you, and I implore Calistria." It appears to be some kind of protective spell against thieves, but it has lost its power over the years. So we're just not going to ask what this is. Yeah, I guess that's how it's going to be then. Actually, let's gather all the loot first before we begin looking through our inventory. And I'll save again just in case the storyteller interrupts my looting. Within the pedestal, a faint purple glow emanates from a crystal-shaped hole. Its edges are chipped and cracked, suggesting that whatever it contained has been forcibly removed. This is a bottle of demon blood. Interesting. And then there's a path into some ruins.
Our path leads on.
What's that? More loot, you say?
I will guide us.
Alright, now we deal with the storyteller. Have you found what I asked of you? Splendid. Let's get out of this place as soon as possible. All this smoke makes it difficult to breathe. We'll meet in Dresden. Alright, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Ooh, I almost missed it.
I will see this through.
Ooh. frick is going on down here?
They will break against our resolve.
You know, I was expecting to actually encounter something like this. I was just thinking, what if there were mandrakes down here? Now, I know the term was incorrect, but good enough. Wait, how much HP does this thing have? 305. Oh, I am so glad it's the only one. Plus it has Sunder armor. That's just nasty.
Is not an option.
This is going to be pretty awful.
Cease to resist.
The light take you!
Little awkward.
Endure this.
There's another one.
Victory is worth the pain.
Kneel before me.
Come on. We have nothing. Why did Morrow get another turn after summoning that guy? Curiouser and curiouser.
You're in my way.
Into the fray!
And yet another mandrake. Oh, Mandragora, my mistake. Where is it? I don't see it. Must be out of our line of sight. Which means this guy dies alone.
This one's mine.
Oh good, the other Mandragora is dead. This is a Spell Eater Mandragora. Wait, what's the one? So the Mandragora on the floor was the frontliner, while the one that's still standing is the support, I suppose? Can't really use any of the other offensive spells he has. He rolled 20s multiple times. Impressive. Impressive.
The inheritance will guide my
Where is it? Wait. I'm just going to head back this way. Given that it has 7 seconds on suicide. No thank you. There's really nothing we can do for Grey Boar until this fight ends. But I do want him to have spell ready. What am I looking for? It's a standard action that only costs 6 seconds? No, 3. What will it do? Better be prepared. Okay, quickly now. Nice. Well timed, beautiful. Perfecto. Okay, so now everyone has, frankly, we leveled up and it actually went a little fast. Well, I say a little faster, but we've been through the entirety of Blackwater, killed everything, so it was not easy. It was not fast. But it is done. I'll take care of the levels later. But for now, I need to get Grey Boar. Now,
Smile. The world's not ending just
I need to
yet.
get Grey Boar nice and healed up. Okay. I actually do need to get that negative level off of him. Okay, anything else? He does still have this. I can't give that to him though. Not unless we rest. Ooh, they have loot. That is not loot.
Godspeed.
There's nothing else down here?
Let us press on.
Wait.
Can't hide from me.
Okay, let's quick save here. And then we go through the door. Into this really narrow area. I don't think they really thought through the camera angle here. A lesser kineticist rod. This rod increases the damage dealt by the kineticist's simple energy blast by 1 to 6 points. Oh, okay. And kineticist's simple physical blasts by 1 to 6 plus 1. Composite energy blasts instead deal an additional 2 to 12 damage, while composite physical blasts deal an additional 2 to 12 plus 2 damage. Yeah, okay. I mean, we don't have anyone capable of using kineticist abilities, but, well, what can you do? And that's all that's down here. There it is.
Your orders, Commander.
Alright, let's make sure we didn't miss any other slightly hidden doors before we get out of here for good. Because I'm never coming back. I can assure you of that. I guess that's it.
We march ahead.
How in the frick do we get out of here?
on me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us today. It wasn't a very long one, but I definitely wanted to get that taken care of. Why is this place still lit? Anyway, as I said, I just wanted to get that out of the way, nice and taken care of. And I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back tomorrow with yet another episode. And who knows what else may accompany this, well, accompany and technically preceding this upload. But too many words, outro's done. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.
You see